when I'm done chewing Panadol,
Yeah.
there's this sweetness.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's this
interesting.
sweetness.
Emily, why
after
do you chew
chewing.
Panadol? Are you an arm robber? Why are you chewing Panadol?
No, because
Chew
some of us
Panadol.
can't swallow. Like we can't swallow.
Okay.
Like, medicine, yeah.
Ah, really?
So when you're done chewing Panadol, there's this
Yes.
sweetness after.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
I need to
wouldn't
experiment
say.
that.
I wouldn't say a bitter flavor or anything, but it doesn't have a flavor.
It doesn't have
Taste-
flavor.
It's
tasteless.
Yeah.
Camera set, got a light, is the mic okay? Yeah. All set, let's turn this thing up, like locked in love. Man, them turning the brightness up. Man, them put on the matching gloves. Got a loved ones hooked on the podcast law.
Hey guys.
You have pride. Look at them and say it very well.
Hi guys. Sorry for the pride. I'm very sorry for the pride. Welcome to another episode. Why are you looking at me with that eye now?
Which one is? Hi guys.
Ah, God,
Sorry
I
for
beg.
the price.
Sorry for the pride. Sorry for the pride.
Like, hi guys, welcome to another episode. What happened today?
Oh yeah, do it.
No, not me. I'm a very calm person. You guys know that.
Emily, make those for you. Leave it, please. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Light in Love podcast. And today we're going to be adults today. We're
Oh,
doing
who has been
adulting.
acting like a child?
You, Emily. As a matter of fact, that's what you do. You act like,
Guys.
and Emily, please don't act like a child today, please.
You
Be-
truly
be-
know
be
that I
an-
don't act like a child.
Be an adult today.
I am.
This is adults. This is our adult era, so we're going to be doing adult things. And welcome to another episode of the Light in Love podcast. So we're excited to have you here. And
You
today,
didn't ask them how are you.
Emily, they cannot reply. I don't want you to reply. Leave me alone. And today, we have someone very special to us in our midst.
Very special.
Very I will let him introduce himself.
Yeah.
But he's someone that is not only a very intelligent person,
Yeah.
and there's a way he carries himself,
Yeah.
right? With light.
Yes. Yes.
Which is really what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Right. Carries himself with so much light. Irrespective of what he's been through. Because we hear his stories and you're like, how are you
So
still
you have
like
been through some stuff?
I don't know, but
No, but you just said
I do hear some things.
okay.
I do hear some things.
I've not heard.
Bypassing, right? And he's someone that, I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he seems
He's
like he has a
very
lot of
young.
wisdom beyond his years. And I've done a bit of background research
On him.
which we'll be talking about on the podcast. I'm sorry to my former guests that I not the background research. At least I did small, but I mean, I did a lot of background. But we have a very special person in our midst, and we'd like him to introduce himself.
Hi guys. It's good to be amongst beautiful women, like really. So I'm a big fan of this podcast, and I know the reason why I'm being passed the mic now is just to introduce myself. But my name is Kalu Kingsley,
Yeah.
and aside from having fantastic people around me, such as Sholakbi and Emily, I think one of the things I take pride in is that I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love God so much. I love God so much, and I do anything that pleases God. So I also am a tech enthusiast. I have a couple of companies in my name. Glory to God.
Hallelujah.
And I think one fun thing about me is that I love fashion. I love looking good. Like Sholakwe said, light is plenty.
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! And he's a minister. Yeah, that part.
He's a minister.
He's a minister.
Oh, really?
He does ministry.
So you ordain him.
No.
I think everybody has been
Emily,
ordained by God.
Emily,
okay.
Isha does ministry. But thank you so much, Kingsley. But Kingsley, did you come here to gas us up? How can you say that apart from being a movie?
I was
I know you're a man now, so you know said I am not saying an entrepreneur. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's okay.
okay.
So this is how
I
it's
mean,
going to go.
No, not necessarily, but it's
It's
an
a
honor
good
being-
start.
It's an honor being here.
It's a good start.
So I just
He
can't
just wants
just
to gas,
contain
and
myself.
then you know he's gassing up.
Yeah.
No.
But
Now you buy bracelets for him.
No, Sholakwe, don't do
Can you
this.
guys remember when we were doing Valentine's episode? What did MD bring for me? Agbalumo Caprisone. I'm 2 pieces of Agbalumo. I want Caprisone.
But was it
I want notes like this that says from the very first time I set my eyes on you. Guess what?
What?
Did you get it?
I know
Why
that.
did you wear the
I
bracelet?
knew that.
Because I would not catch you. MD is buying
My
bracelets Let's
said.
for Kingsley.
No,
There is no proof.
There's no proof.
There's no proof.
Yeah.
You guys
Show us
believe
The
it?
hearsay.
They believe me now.
Show us
It's a yes.
evidence.
Okay, but you were buying agbalumo for
But
me.
I wanted your
Two
life to be
agbalumos.
sweet. Was it sweet?
Two agbalumos
No,
and one
I was
episode.
prophesying sweetness
No,
to
but
your
maybe
life.
everybody said on the podcast when you did it.
But Agbalmo was
No,
sweet.
yeah, it was very sweet. Thank you very much. All right, so today, on interesting today, we're going to be talking about something that I believe that everybody has experienced.
I have not.
Really, you have not. What about when they broke your heart?
They never break my heart.
But you
before.
said on Instagram they broke your heart now that your ex broke your heart.
that,
Said
that
no
was
doing
a
again.
content.
So you used to lie for content?
No, it was not a lie. It was see, it was creativity.
Creativity.
Yes.
In life.
Everybody's going through that heartbreak. I just like.
You want to relate with them?
Yeah, I was trying to relate.
That's what
with
you
them.
told Jesus in heaven, Abi. I was
Just
trying to
understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think everybody has grieved something. It can
Yeah.
be like a dream.
Yeah.
It can be a part of you. It can be your childhood. It can be a friend, somebody that you've never even met before that died. Yes.
You've never met the person.
Yes. I've grieved people that I've never met before.
So how did you know that they died?
On internet. There's this particular woman. Do you guys know Pastor Itwa Igodalo?
I think I've heard that name before.
I think you guys don't know him. So that he had a wife, that died. There was a time she died, I think during COVID. I've never met her before, but I was grieving her. I don't know why. Like she just seemed
Wait,
like
she's one
someone that
fine
lived
woman like
very
that.
beautiful. That she was sponsoring Tomike's wedding. Remember? So
Yeah.
I really grieved the woman.
Did you
and
cry?
I did cry.
Okay.
Oh,
But did you guys not grieve people that died during what's that protest? Enters.
We did.
Which kind of people be I did? People don't be emotional at all. Oh. Okay, sorry. I think I'm gonna an emotional wreck.
But I just said we did.
But you did your own way, but you were not grieving. But yeah, I mean, grieving is a serious matter,
Yeah.
and it's a matter that I think a lot of young people have lost themselves in.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of young people. Some people have been able to go through it and find themselves and grow in it, right, or go through it. But some people have lost themselves. People have been depressed. People have, just gone to the other way, right? And I think it's really a serious matter that I
Yeah,
think
it
that we
is.
do not speak about often, and it's such a gray area. Do you guys agree with me?
Totally agree.
It's a really, really gray area, and it's even an area that I think even pastors struggle to. They struggle to handle it, right? And I think like we brought the best person to talk about it today.
How are you sure he's the best person?
That's
I'm
a
very
very
sure.
good question.
No, we're really sure.
That's a very good
I was
How are you
convicted
sure?
in my spirit, and he told me that he got confirmation.
No, true. I did get a confirmation though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you can see that we are spirit filled people. But yeah, like, so my first question to you would be, what does grief mean to you?
I really don't even know where to start from.
Start somewhere.
So, I won't consider myself a very emotional person,
Yeah.
but okay. So I've gone through heartbreak. I've gone through a couple of things, but I think grief for me means a point where I don't know how to put it in words. If it's just heartbreak, I would say maybe you get with the day, you get my heart, and I'm happy. But losing my father was something that just changed the meaning of this. And I think
Grief.
grief is for me is when the world just stops and there is a very big vacuum
Void.
that has been created. And no matter the amount of cry, the matter of why me, the matter of amount of prayers, no matter the amount of comfort you get from friends and family,
Yes.
you would know that virtue has left you. So each time I read that scripture where Jesus talked about the woman touched her and said virtue left me, I think
Yeah.
that's that I understand what he was saying in that context,
Yes.
because when I lost my dad, virtue did leave me, and I thank God for how he has helped me. This so in one word, grief is the absence of let me get myself
Say it now. Say it as in your head.
the absence of life,
Okay.
as to the absence of love. There is a void that's been created, and there's no amount of pain. That doesn't really mean pain. When you feel raw pain,
Yeah.
that's it. Because the day I lost my dad, okay, maybe we'll go deeper, but let me say, means pain. Like,
Yeah.
it means pain, like serious pain. When you have a massive dose of pain that your heart cannot just fathom.
Chest is tightening.
True.
Emily, have you experienced grief before?
Yes, of course. Why will you ask me that?
Emily, why are you smiling that you have experienced grief?
I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah,
I'm
no,
supposed
but
to
it's
be
good.
serious.
Oh yeah.
I have, and it was. I don't know how to explain that,
Mm.
but it's more like I can't pass. I can't grow past that experience.
Yeah.
So it's just that every day I just be like, I just wish this person was here.
Yeah.
Life will have been more easier and fun with
Sure.
that person. So it's not something that they can't feel it. It's just
Yeah,
like
so that
the
void,
place is just still
empty.
empty. Like
Yeah.
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 What about you?
It's crazy that there's so many people we meet in life. There's so
Mhm.
many things we do in life.
True.
And there can just be one thing like that. It's just be so empty.
Yeah.
Like you can't explain it. You can't. I like the void is just a perfect thing because you can't
Yeah.
really explain
You can't explain.
what grief is. But I think for me, I've grieved my whole life. I didn't practice that, you guys. But it's also practice. Like I since I had known what my left was from my right, I have grieved.
Mm.
So I feel like I eventually had to like just live with it, like just live. Not like I was grieving, I've been grieving, like I'm always sad,
Yeah.
but like I had to just live with an emptiness,
Sure.
right? And so, like you said, that's what it is. Grief is just void. Is a void of what ifs and whys and I should have and how would it have been and
Yeah.
just a void of questions, and no answers.
Seriously,
No
answer is
answers.
the most
You
important
just
part.
they ask yourself, how would it have been? What would
True.
have and it's just a void of questions.
True.
So yes, so we'll ask now. Or you must ask
Me,
me.
I'll
Anything.
tell
I
you.
leave me alone. I
Ask her.
What's your own
Ask
now?
her.
Oh yeah, ask.
You say you've been grieving all your life, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have like a story to share?
Mm.
What is? Am I not the? Are you giving me a Kalu Kingsley? Why are you bringing me up?
I want to hear.
So I mean, my story is really straightforward, right?
Okay.
I think I lost my dad when I was 2,
Wow.
and I think that's why I brought Kingsley on this podcast. I think it was a bit more, recent. So let's see it from the both views. So a bit more easier for me because I don't have a lot to miss. Right. But there's, like I said, a lot of what if, how would it have been, what would it have been like, right? And I think that's why I said I grieve my whole life, like so when you're 2, you don't know anything. So mainly I said to know stuff, there was, that grief. And I think it was really bad, and I didn't like the fact that there were a lot of unanswered questions. And even till now, I think there are a lot of unanswered questions because I've been a very, very empathetic child. As emotional as I am, I did not go around asking my mom, okay, what happened? So I was always trying to like sneak peek and ask my, the people that are younger, like, okay, what actually happened? I just wanted to like, and it's not as if, like I was like, I mean, when it happened, I probably crying and stuff, but like, I was now curious when I was growing up. Give me the story. What was it like? But I couldn't like speak to my mom about it because I felt like that would just be me bringing back those memories for her, which would now like just. And my mom doesn't talk about things. If it's me, that I lost my husband. Oh, my children go hear the story. I lost it. This happened. This was how it happened. But my mommy doesn't speak a lot, right? So I just had to live with silence. So I think my grief was really silent. It was just everybody was just quiet, like nothing had happened, and we're living good lives. Nobody, so everybody. But I had to like live with the fact that okay, I wasn't going to grow up with a dad, right? So I think that was my earliest experience of grief, and after that, I was a bit immune to it for a while. Then I think one grandma in my neighborhood died, and like wow. This thing is not film or people actually die. Like you can actually make memories with people and they are not here again, right? And it's crazy. Like I think till now, I think the only thing I process right now is that any moment I have to live with somebody, hey, Emily's really crying. Why is Emily crying? I can see as your eye. Every moment I have to live with every moment I have to spend, and that's why sometimes it seems like I'm an overbearing person. Like I want to laugh. I'm like I can be very intense as a person. I feel like if I really care about you. So every moment that I have to be with someone, I want to make the most out of it. I want to laugh. Like I want to cry like I've never cried before. I want to be happy like I've never been happy before. I just want to, that's why my social battery is very low. I just want to make the most of that moment because I feel like that's all we have to to
Suggest
hold
you
on
don't say.
to
True.
when the person leaves, right? So I mean, you can look back at that and yeah.
True.
What's your earliest brief experience?
So I'll just take a cue from what you just said.
Yeah.
So I didn't think I don't personally, if I were to judge myself with my relationship with my dad,
Yeah.
I would say that I didn't make the best use of every moment. That is,
Yes.
all I was just concentrating is how to make money to give him the best life he deserved. And I spent less time talking to him. He didn't know so much about me. He didn't, because I just knew he was going to be around. Daddy, just give me 5 more years. Just give me 6 more years. I would get all this and would have the happy ever after you've always wished. Because growing up, it was my icon. So it was somebody who I loved, who I always gist with. If I so at a certain times I got to a point where the girl liked me in school and the girl was which I went to go and tell my dad. I did my dad just gave me advice and he said my dad was like somebody was really confident for me. So
Yeah.
he said, no, don't do this, don't do that. So after when I got into university, so I don't know, the cares of life. Well, maybe there's the cares of life, but I just felt that I needed not to disturb him with because
The
I
small
already
details.
because, okay, the truth about it is that growing up, I already gave him like a blueprint to say at age 25, I'm going to take you to the US, at this, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. And when when I was not hitting those milestones as I was supposed to, and it just felt that I'm disappointing my dad, I'm doing it. So I spent less time mixing up with him, sharing my dreams because I don't want this thing. So the truth about it is that the night before he died, I was just sitting there in the parlor and he was in the room and he just said, young man, what happened? I hope you're fine. I hope you're fine. I said, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. So, but at that time, I think I was just reminiscing about all I've achieved, all I've not
Yeah.
achieved, going through my books, checking out things, what I was supposed to do, and other things. And that thought, I just say, okay, I was just praying, and God was just helping me. And so when he came to me and say, oh, I hope you're fine. Say, I just want to see that. So I sat like this. Say, I hope you're fine. Say, yes.
Yes.
So he just laughed about it and just went to church. So I think the truth about it, I don't even know where to start. So to answer your question directly, it would be that like I lost my dad, and so it was like the 31st of I think it was the 31st of May. So it was the first okay, 31st of June because the first so I already had plans. Apparently, well, that's one thing about the spirit. So apparently I just knew that the 1st of July was going to be a significant day in my life. So apparently there was a contract I was pursuing. So they now asked me to come on the 1st of July. I said, thank God, this first
So
of
it
July.
was the
So this is
contract.
what I've been praying for, 1st of July. So 31st, our culture in the house is that whenever it's crossover, we all go to the church to pray.
Okay.
Apparently that day my dad was saying everybody should come, let's go. I said, no, I'm a big man. I'm a common nation. I know God for myself. Leave me alone, leave me alone. So all my brothers joined me in that queue. So just my mom and my dad just went for the crossover. So they finished the crossover. As at 3-4 a.m., I just felt this burden. I've never prayed in the spirit that way. Like I was praying, I was just crying. I was not even praying any. There was no prayer point. So I was thinking that God is just telling me to pray for my contract, my meeting with my big contract that I was pursuing the next day. So, but I just felt okay. Let me just pray. I was just praying and consciously I was crying, like literally crying. So it got to a point where how Pastor Poju talk about. No, I've mentioned a couple of people were hitting the gosha. So I just got this release and I got peace in my mind. So like 30 minutes, my younger brother. Okay, I have a cousin brother. But like that is the last one. That one cannot say no. I'm not going to church. My father will give him knock on his head.
Yeah.
So he ran home. I was hitting the gate. Kalu, where are you? Come outside. Come outside. Come outside. Come to the gate. So all my brothers were just, what's happening? He said, the bus stop. So apparently our street is just the place he died. So he was hit by a car and he came and my mom was crying. He apparently was with my mom. So you know how you're crossing with a man and the man will stay close to where the road is. So my dad got the full impact of the blast. Then my mom, he pushed my mom forward. So my mom did not just fell forward and just had little scratches. So apparently, so the question you're asking is how recent is the grief? So it's for me it's as fresh as yesterday because my dad is someone I like he's my uncle. So the reason why I love God is because I love my father.
Yeah.
It's the perfect example of who an Abba is. So each time I pray to God and I just say, Father in heaven, the memory of my father just comes back to mind. So grief is as So that's what I'm saying, that this is different from they've chopped my eyes. Girls have chopped my eyes. I'll just smile about it and move on. Okay, next, who is the next person? Who is the next person? But because this is my dad, I would say it's as fresh as how tomorrow. I know it will keep being in my heart.
Yeah.
Not because I've not processed it, but there were a lot of things that I wish I did better.
Yes.
There were a lot of things I wish I did better.
Yes.
So yeah, it's as fresh as yesterday.
All right, thank you. Emily, if grief was, because I feel like you're, I feel like you're in tears. But let me just ask you that if grief was a flavor, how do you think it would taste?
I won't say bitter because when you take when I'm done chewing Panadol,
Yeah.
there's this sweetness.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's this
interesting.
sweetness.
Emily, why
after
do you chew
chewing.
Panadol? Are you an robber? Why are you chewing Panadol?
No, because
Chew
some of us
Panadol.
can't swallow. Like we can't swallow.
Okay.
Like, medicine, yeah.
Really?
So
Oh.
when you're done chewing Panadol, there's this
Yes.
sweetness after.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
need to
would
experiment
say
that.
I would say a bitter flavor or anything, but it doesn't have a flavor.
It doesn't have
Taste-
flavor.
It's
tasteless.
Yeah.
Is the what view?
I think it's that's true. I would take Emily's cue.
Tasteless.
It's not tasteless, but it depends on. So for me, it's sweet, bitter, sour. Depends on
The
the moment. So
yeah.
for instance, maybe when I hit a certain milestone, I share with my dad to say, "Oh, change happened." Oh, for instance, I know it's going to be sweet when I say, "Oh, Dad, this is the bone of my bone." I
Yeah.
know because I promised him that, so it'll be
Yes.
sweet. If I remember that I'm supposed to have my dad walk my sister on the arm because my sister always
Yeah.
wanted that, so I know it's going to be sour. So I would say that it has all forms of flavor.
Okay,
Depends
depending
on
on
the moment and the time
True.
that thought comes to mind.
What about you? Let's ask
You know
That's true.
agbalumo. You know all those agbalumo that
That is
very
sweet.
the
like
agbalumo that I gave you was sweet.
it's like the one Emily gave
The
me.
one I gave you was
Very
sweet.
sour. Yeah, that's how I think. I think beef is just very like you think about it. So you know agbalumo can be sweet and
Yeah.
can be sour,
Yeah.
literally. So I mean, think about it, think about the memories, and it's just like yeah, that's what grief is like to me. So I mean, we're thinking about grief, not just speak about experience,
Sure.
but basically how we navigate it or how to navigate it, right? Because it's such a that hole can drown you. You can
True.
drown in that hole. You can just win, and just
And disappear.
disappear literally, right? How do you think people can walk through grief? How do you walk through it, and how do you think like you could have done it better?
Okay, so we were in the hospital and the doctor just walked to me and say, "Are you the first one?" Yes. "I'm sorry that your dad has passed on." My brother shouted, my other brother fell down, and I smiled. So 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 thinking about it now, so I think how I handled it would be that, truth about it, the best way to handle anything is the place of God. Truth. Really. So there's a peace that passes all understanding that comes to mind
Yes.
when you have the Holy Spirit in you. So I cried, but was not. I knew I could not cry in front of my mother, in front of my brothers.
That's for sure.
So I knew I could not just cry. But
Yeah.
I'm a person who I think life has taught me to always smile at any situation.
Yes.
So I think the first thing I did was I gathered myself. I knew that the responsibility is on me now.
Yes.
And acknowledging the fact, I know that I'm no longer living for myself. I'm taking a dual responsibility now. I'm becoming the father, the brother, and the husband.
Yes.
So understanding first, accepting that this has happened.
Yes.
Is the very first step.
Accepting, yes.
Acceptance is very important.
Yes.
And the earlier you accept that fact, it's the better and the faster your healing process will come.
Yes.
So I think acceptance was the first thing I did. I think the second thing I did was to go in the place of prayer.
Okay.
That's very important. Like prayer is the most important thing. So I prayed a lot throughout that day. Like I've never prayed about anything. I think I do it, but that day it opened a new. Well, let me leave that part. This is not the spiritual.
He's always saying, "Let me leave that part. Let me leave that part every time." But do you think, though? I mean, prayer is good, but Do you think as though it can be a way to distract yourself?
So yes, it was a way to distract myself because I think the first day was I was asking God why, God why, God
Yes,
why, God
yes.
why, God why this, I don't trust you. He trusted you. He was coming back from church. Where were your angels when he was taking charge? When he was this, when he was that, when he was that, when he was this. I say, well, this is a deacon. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to do that. He has affected life. Why didn't you keep people that did not do anything? I was saying a lot of things.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
So when then a scripture I think is in Job. It said
Mhm.
that changed the entire thing. It said I think the part that changed my life was that the days of a man have been numbered.
Yes.
Like I think it's in Job 14:5 or so. I think it said the days of a man have been numbered,
Mm-hmm.
and there is nothing that you can do as far as that day has come. Nothing you can do to do this. And God opened my eyes to see why He needed to go.
Yes.
That opened my eyes to see why he needed to go. So I would say that I think the thing I didn't do well was to to so first I had to blame the entire. I was blaming a lot. I was blaming God. I was blaming the healthcare system of Nigeria because I knew if that we came there very early, they attended to us like after 2 hours. So it was in after 6 hours. It happened at 6 a.m. They attended to us at like 11. So we had to move from different hospitals.
Oh my God.
So went to this hospital, no, went to this hospital, no, hospital. So we spent like 6-7 hours
Mm-hmm.
without him being attended to.
Oh.
So it was like around 12. Then they were now telling me. So I was blaming the healthcare system. My brother actually had to jack the doctor. Like,
Oh my God.
you did. So I had to just so I think those are the things I didn't do well to listen. So
Blame.
I was just blaming and blaming everybody. So furthermore, I would say I've forgotten the question.
So the question is, how did you deal with it, and how
So,
do you think people to deal with it? So I think you've said
So yeah, acceptance. So don't blame
yes,
people.
yes.
Yeah. So the next thing would be to So the way I also dealt with the entire thing was to just was to I don't even know how to say this that it will make sense because it doesn't still make sense to me. Was to go to what's the word? So I had to just start making preparations, start making plans and other
Okay.
things. So when he died, so I had to go into the room, chicken up and like went to the corpse and
Okay.
I smiled and I laid my hands on him and I prayed that God should give me a double portion of the way he led his life and other things. So I was thinking maybe why didn't I come and lay my hands for him to resurrect?
To wait, I thought that was where you were going to,
No.
because that's what
So
happens
the
most
truth about it is
times.
that when it really I was running errands for the doctor when
Yes.
so what I just moved on. So blame there was one thing and I doubted God. I started doubting God. I started
Yes.
listening to words and another thing. And also another thing is that certain people would come to comfort you.
Okay.
A lot of people will say, a lot of people at that period, I think it's good, whoever it is, to just seclude yourself. It's good for you to receive calls and other things.
Okay.
Because some people can be very funny. A lot of news were just flying around about who my dad was and a lot of things that I was just my ears were in awe.
Yeah.
So what I would say is that whenever anybody's in that space, just maybe have very close people come around, but some people should just still be very far away from you because they can say some things that
Yes, that you don't want to hear.
true.
Can we talk about? I mean,
Mm.
we've spoken about it from this angle.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it from lifestyle angle
Okay.
and the Nigeria angle.
Okay.
Right. Nigerians can be very annoying when it comes to grieving and
totally
when you
agree.
lose somebody.
I almost broke somebody's head. Seriously. No, let me tell you guys one story. So apparently a lot of people were coming to visit. My dad is a very popular figure. So
Yes.
a lot of people who were coming to visit and so people will come, they'll come and start crying. Me, I'm trying to make my mother not stop crying. So imagine
They will be wailing more than the
So apparently I just said no, I can't take this anymore. Everybody that is coming to visit, please, from this time to this time. Because you know how a batch will come,
Yes,
cry,
yes.
another batch will come, cry. And my mom just kept repeating the same story
Yes,
over
all
and
over again.
because and it was just making the hurt wider and wider and wider. So I had to just tell myself the truth. Chief, please. I told my brothers, take my mom. I just took my mom out first. Let her go somewhere that is not the house. So anybody that comes to the house, say it's they just call. I collected our phone and other things. Because I think personality type determines the way you should treat grief. Because if you're
Yes.
someone who is very emotional, my mom fell sick. She almost lost her life
Yes.
because she kept repeating a couple of things. So I would say whatever it's your personality type. So whenever you're faced with whether it is heartbreak or death or anything, just try to secure yourself first and foremost, and just avoid talking a lot about the entire thing.
About it,
Yeah.
yes.
So it helps. It helps in the healing process.
I was going to ask you what was
Yeah.
the most like funny Nigerian moment
Ah.
that you experienced
Was-
during your grief phase.
Was somebody
But-
just came to me and say, now you're not the first song. You're not the first song. You have to be man, be a man, be a man. I say, Chief. I really wanted to walk some people out of my house.
Yes.
Okay, so someone came also and said, so people were twisting the entire story. So that's another thing. So
Yes.
people said, that the man was a stubborn man. That he said he was going. Why was he crossing the road? Why he went to express? They were just twisting the entire story. So I wanted to. One of the things for us in Nigerians and
Yes.
in my culture, I think
Mhm.
people can be very funny. Now a lot of gossip are just flying up and
Yes.
down. That it was somebody in the village, one of our uncle. So there's one of my uncle
Yes.
did this, did that, did
Yes.
that. So my point here is that a lot of narratives and stories will fly as regards what happened. So it's left for you to. I think that was one moment that I wish I had Cain. I wanted to flog some people.
Well, Nigerians have main character syndrome normally.
True.
Like you can be grieving someone that they do not know, or maybe they just saw, or they even if you know the person, like you see an aunt that maybe you spoke to my mom just once or twice in a month, and you just come on, you're crying more than the bereaved. Like, do they understand what's your like as? And I think that is the thing. Let's talk about it from this aspect. As someone that is close to you,
Yeah.
right? If you're grieving, how would you have wanted your friends to show up for you? Because I don't think people know. I think a lot of people do not know how to show up for people
True.
in grief. I personally, I don't know what to do when someone's grieving. Like, so most times, I mean, Kingsley would tell us how you would have wanted people to show up for him. Most times, what I do is I just, first of all, like process it on my own, right? I keep quiet. Then I just like I will not talk about what happened. I just keep checking up on you. How are you? Are you fine? Are you good? Have you eaten? Right? If you want to talk, I'm here, right? And just doing that. Because I don't know what to say. And like I feel like everything you say at that point,
Is
they already
very
know
sensitive,
or
yeah,
doesn't
true.
make sense.
True.
Then you not have people that will not say, oh, it's God's will. Like, shut up. Why is it not God's will for you to die? Why is it my it's true, like I don't like it when people say that thing. Like, I get that they are trying to be and I know that truthfully God has a plan and purpose in
true.
everything. But truly, when somebody just dies that is close to me, I don't think what I want to hear is God, because you end up making people hate God. That's why people are questioning God, because your dad dies and you're hearing that is God's will. Or what's the other quote that they say? Maybe God knows best.
Yeah, I heard that one a lot. God knows best.
So it's not that my wife died. So like, what do you think? Like, how do you think people
so-
can handle? What are the most annoying things that you heard? Like, apart from
So
this?
I would say I think one way. Well, I appreciate everybody. So Tribex, sorry, a couple of my friends that knew about it, they did it.
Yes.
So what they did, just so they allowed me space.
Yes.
But I think allow the person space. Don't personally, I would like you to just give me space. So
Yes.
that week, I know I turned off my phone. I just told my business manager to just I'm going to disappear for 1 week. I
Yes.
turned off my phone. Nobody was able to reach me, and I spent more time just trying to get myself and prepare myself for the journey ahead. So I think when I came back, one of them just texted me and said, "Oh, where are you? Oh, yeah, you're coming home." Just and so they came to the house, and the conversation was not about this. Was centered around making me happy, cheerful. We played a lot of game. We talked, we gisted, and so I think for me, I appreciated the friends I had at the time. So they gave me space. And I think the very first when it's very fresh, just in fact just give space first, and then when the person is back, then space. But doesn't mean they were praying for me. So they were just giving me some of my very close companions were sending me texts from the Lord say, "This is what I heard from the Lord say."
Oh, nice.
I was getting a lot of scriptures and text messages just when I turned on my phone at any time. So that was one. So space is very important. So for me, I also so a couple of them took me out. I just came, took me out. We went to eat. Then we had to eat. So it took my mind off it.
Took your mind off it.
Yeah. So that's one of the things. So I it was like after maybe a month or two that someone just, okay, what really happened? So that kind of thing. So personally, it was a good way for me to warm myself up into talking about it.
Yes.
And so also because I'm someone who likes appearing strong. No, I'm very strong, sure, but I also like appearing strong too.
Okay.
So I tried as much as possible not to tell a lot of things about the entire thing.
Yes.
So I would say that also people should just know the person who you are. So if you're a
Yes.
close friend, so just know who that person is, know the person, and walk with respect to that.
Yes.
So and not just assume. So a couple of my mom's like church members were just coming to the house, and one of the annoying thing I heard was maybe I should not say it, but well, let me just paraphrase it. So the person was what it meant was the intent was that dad has done his own best. He has enjoyed his life. It's time for him to go. All things is working together for your good. So that means that, but I literally wanted to punch the person on the face. So I had a couple of uncles call, and yes, let me just say this. I think also when okay, so maybe I also knew the true nature of people. So there are certain people I was expecting to come to the house that never came to the house.
Oh.
So I was thinking maybe it is the mic okay? Maybe it is maybe it was they were trying to grieve on their own part.
Yes.
So I saw the true nature of people even at that time because certain people who were close friends were bringing out certain rumors.
Yes.
So
that's where you see the true nature of people, and they'll come and pack they'll come and pack things from me. Emily, what's one thing that you think that someone should never say to a grieving friend?
God knows best.
What else?
And you overcome it. No worry, just a matter of time.
It go pass.
It go pass. It go pass. Because it's actually not easy. You see this topic. I do not have the strength to actually say much about it because I'm still healing.
Yeah.
And I'm still growing. So this kind of topic can be very sensitive.
Yes.
So I really can see that I'm a very calm person in this topic.
I really so calm. Give me an award.
So I just like he said, I need space. Don't even bring it up. Don't even ask me how did she don't even ask me anything. Just allow me to, if I want to talk about it, I'll talk about it. But don't just like ask me anything.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we should respect space.
Yes.
And we should just learn space, yeah.
And let your money do talking. Like you said, his friends were actually carrying him out. Do you send your condolences message? That's fine. I feel like that's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
Because I don't usually know what to say, what to say, but it's fine, right? But give space, right? Then let the person start slowly getting into life again, right? Talk about other things, take the person out, check on how are you doing, right? You don't know what and how are you doing can do.
True.
Depending on their personality type, I'm actually not okay. This is stay on the call with the person, have video calls, go and visit. But trying to be like I'm the one that is that is here past, right? It just defeats the whole purpose of letting a person grieve. So I'm going to ask you, Kingsley, how did you slowly how did you go from God? Why? Like, I mean, I know you said you got the revelation from God from like what actually happened, but was that the turning point of you leaving again, like coming back, or would you say that you have not even started living again?
So I believe that after the prayers, so like I said, accepting that this person and that died was the turning point for me. Acceptance is the earlier you accept, the faster your healing process comes. So then the next thing I did was to what's the word? Just start. I did a analysis to say, okay, with my dad, without my dad, what are the pros and cons? Now my dad has gone, so this has moved to this place. I just did an analysis to say what exactly are those things. So that's one of the things I did also, and I would say I'm still healing. So I don't think I've really healed. I think sometimes when I pray about it, you're masking a lot of pain. Just let go. So I would say it takes time to heal. So when I see certain things we do together, and the fact that I didn't give him the life I always wanted to give to him. So what I now do is that I have certain memorials. So sometimes some of his clothes, I'll wear them. So I just wear them and just say, oh, change happened. Some certain things. So when I achieve a milestone, I give credit to it. And now anytime I just remember something, I give credit to say, oh, my dad will always say, my dad will always say, my dad will. Like, I try as much as possible to make the memory alive.
Yes, keep him alive. Yeah.
So those are the things I do. So I wouldn't say I've totally healed.
Yes.
The healing process is still ongoing, but yeah.
We're wrapping up very soon, but I think one thing that we should talk about is before the grave. You made mention of the fact that there's so many things that you wanted to do for him, and because of that, you were not making as much memories as you would have loved to make.
Yes.
And I feel like that's another type of grief.
True.
It's one thing when I've made. There's some people that you would have made the most memories. Like, there are some of your friends now that if they travel, you'll be like, okay, because you guys have done everything
Together, true.
and anything. Obviously, you still grieve the person, but I feel like it hits harder where there's so many things that you wish. Oh, I wish I had picked up the call at this time.
Seriously,
I wish I had followed him to this. Their moms, their dads. Probably the annoying ones too. The ones that you do not like, the parents that are difficult. What would you tell them to do, right? Even as they are living right now.
So appreciate every moment.
Yeah.
Appreciate every moment. Anytime. I regret sometimes when my dad will say, "Where are you? I'll be at the office. Why are you coming late? Come. I want us to eat as a family." So he loves like when you just put a bowl on the tray. With like rice on the tray, then everybody brings their spoon and we're all eating. So when he calls me, I'll be in the office or I'll still be at work. I'll be in my desk or I'm in a meeting. I had that like serious ungodly work hours. So each time he will call me, "Oh, I need this, I need that." I'll say, "Okay, I've heard you, I'll do that, I'll send it." So I was not pretty intentional about certain things.
Yeah.
So I would say to them that please, and please, every moment should count. Should count.
Yes. Treat every day like it's the last.
Don't even though you are waiting for 2 million naira, what 5 million or what 50,000 or 10,000
can do.
Please do it
Yes,
now.
do it, please.
Now I wish I knew. I would have just sent him to. If I sent him to Calabar,
do you get?
Instead of waiting to send him.
You go to Obudukato Ranch, right? To be honest,
and spend quality time.
Yes.
So I was waiting. I was thinking too big that.
Yes, I want to do the big things.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. Making those memories count, so that when that void comes, and documenting the memories too. Take pictures, do videos. Like just have things that you're keeping down, so that when the void will come, we're not going to have our parents here forever, and that's even if they are 90 something, it will still come, right? And just making sure that time that you're making the most of it. When the void comes, you have memories to fill those void with, and when it's not filled with, I should have what if or what. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. This was a very why it was so serious on this episode, because it's grief. Grief is something that is serious, something that we can't really like explain, and you can never go through it for someone, and it feels good to know that you have gone through that and you shine your light regardless. Like you still, I feel like you've aced it. Like you talk about it and I know that it's something that gets to you. That's why I was just say, this is Kingsley, let's bring him. But there's a way you have turned it around for good. Like you have made, how did they say that in? Made lemonade.
I think someone sent me a message that said, he looked at me, one of my friends just called me and said, "Chief, I like you.
Yeah.
I like the way you just turned this lemons into lemonade."
Yes. Yes.
It's not my power. But true about it, it's not my power.
Yes. It's not you're saying that it is God, and I do agree with you, because I feel like, especially for me that I grew up with a father, sometimes I look at it and I feel like it's sort of a cheat code for me, because there are a lot of things that I didn't struggle to get. And there are people that had that and they're like, "God, I know that you did do that for me. Now why these things just smooth like this, right?" So I feel like God actually has a huge aspect. It's a time for you to find God. It's a time for you to seek God and find him. And I feel like in that grief, you can find God deeper than you ever would. Yeah. So thank you very much for listening to this episode. I think we'll end it here. Thank you so much, Kingsley, tell them why your name is Kalu Kingsley.
Okay, so my name used to be Kalu.
Yeah.
So and so all through from secondary school, primary school to university, it was always been Kalu. So when I wanted to travel abroad, and I wanted to do my international passport, so according to the Nigerian government, they said you can't have three names.
Yes.
The way they structured the database, you can have three same names. So I had to say, "What are you?" So one of my dad's brother just called me, like, "Call yourself Kingsley." So
why is your name Kalu?
So you know how you have Pope the second, Pope the third.
Okay.
So that's what that's what
Kalu,
that's
Kalu,
what like
Kalu.
the third
Kalu.
it's called Kalu in the entire. So it's supposed to be like Kalu the third. So and Kalu means a lot of things to a lot of people. So, but one of the meanings I choose is, you know how we have God the Father, God the Son, God the Spirit.
Oh.
So it means that the Trinity, like, so there's a lot of things to it, but that's one meaning. Second
Okay.
meaning is that, you know, I watched the Yoruba film. I don't know why that name. I don't know if you know Kodu Kokwa Kokpe.
No.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Ah.
Does anyone know what that means?
Yes, that was
Kingsley,
like
another word.
no, seriously, that was like one of the most. I never saw the movie, but that movie had a lot. Like, it's a Yoruba movie, and it had
Okay.
so it was like KKK. So Kodu Kokpo Kokpe. So I'm not Yoruba, but I think what it means is that let it be sweet, let it be
Oh, let it be
Kodu,
plenty,
and let
let it last long. Okay.
So that's one of the meanings I also attribute to my name. So,
Kalu, Kalu, Kalu. So the legacy is even in the name.
Flesh and blood, you know.
Hallelujah!
Flesh and blood, you know.
Hallelujah! So
Okay.
thank you guys very much for this episode. If you think we are going through grief, Kingsley, just to wrap up, tell us one thing that you think anybody that is going through grief should know. You should around me now.
So one thing you should know is that it happens to the best of us.
Yes.
But the first step is for you to accept it.
Yes, accept it.
Acceptance is the first step towards healing. And when you
Yes.
accept that this is what has happened, it helps you move on. So avoid blame, avoid anything. So acceptance is one thing I would say.
Yes.
It's a recipe, as in the most important ingredient in the recipe to
it.
it,
Yeah. To Mommy. And thank you very much. Emily, do we have something for Kingsley?
Yes, we do.
Oh, really?
Please do the
Hey.
honor.
This is not you that is doing.
I do not
Emily,
have
you've not
this
watched your episode. Which one do you have? Good honor, Joe.
On behalf of Light in Love,
Yes.
I want to give you this.
Thank you so
gift.
much
Thank
for.
you very much for coming.
Thank you very much for having
We
me.
appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate this.
We've come to the
plenty.
end.
If you want to know what's inside,
You want to know-
Subscribe, like, view, follow, and let us know your experiences on grief, and any other thing that you would like to add to the conversation, or any other thing that has helped you to grieve better. I know that God will help all of us in this
Amen.
journey.
Amen.
Amen. And for all of you that were grieving, we miss you guys. We love you.
Yeah, I love you, Dad.
We love you guys so much.
Okay.
And
Bye.
remain in our hearts.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
By faith, not by sight. Just love our hearts, not my might.